Hi, I'm Dean Jenkins, founder of FollowMeTrades.com, and I want to welcome you to my live trading room. I'm recording this video so that you just have kind of an idea of what to expect, how the room works, and just some general housekeeping. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so what to expect in the live trading room. Here's the first thing. Housekeeping a little bit. So we're using the Zoom webinar platform, and when you sign up, you'll be automatically registered, and you should receive a confirmation email of that will have the link for you to join each day, and you'll get reminders each day 1 hour before the live trading room starts. So let me show you real quick what the Zoom webinar platform is going to look like for you. So here's I'm in the Zoom webinar platform, and you can see if you move your mouse, there's going to be a toolbar that appears on the bottom. Now it may look a little different on different browsers, different operating systems, but it'll be something like this. And the presenter will be sharing their screen, typically charts and trades and stuff like that. And then the key feature is this chat feature. And so you can see you can chat with either the myself or the other presenters. Occasionally we have some other presenters in the room. And the other participants in the room. The default is that the chat, you can see down here in the lower right hand corner, it's going to come up just for panelists. So if you type in a comment here in the in the comment box, you'll see that it comes up and it says all panelists. Now you can change that to all panelists and attendees, and then all the participants, all the traders in the room can see your comments, and quite often some of the traders and participants will have conversations with each other, and we think that's good and we encourage it. So you're welcome to do it either way. And again, if you just leave it at panelists, only myself, the other presenters will see it. And just a quick note about conversations in the trading room. We as a moderator, I want to keep the room constructive and positive and focused on trading. We discuss policy, political actions as they affect the market, but we don't get into political opinion. There's other forms for that. It's just, we find it's just divisive, and we want to keep this constructive and focused on trading and what impacts the market. So just appreciate your contribution to a constructive, positive discussion focused on the markets and on trading. And the last housekeeping note, we do record these sessions. We record the entire session, which is an hour, and then within an hour or two we get that posted on the website, and subscribers can go watch it if there was a particular point or analysis or whatever they wanted to go review again. They're welcome to do that. And at the end we do record a recap, a 1 to 2 minute recap of what happened in the trading room, any trade ideas we found, any trades we took, new trades, and any trades we closed. So there's a recap, so you don't have to go watch the whole hour if you just wanted to find out what happened if you miss a session or something like that. The next topic here is on futures and day trading. So day trading is not part of our program. I'm trading stocks and options primarily on weekly charts. Now you will show me, daily charts. We're trading stock and options primarily on daily charts. We do deviate a little bit, but that's kind of the main thing is daily charts for stocks and options. Now you will see me pull up futures chart. Let me show you what that looks like. So here is a screenshot or a display here on using TradeStation of the futures charts that I look at. So I'm watching futures because they're an important part of the market, and there's activity overnight when the stocks and options are closed, and so I like the futures to watch for direct indication of maybe how the market's going to open, what happened overnight, and sometimes they can lead the market. So they're a valuable analysis tool. And I got the S&P 500 DE Mini over here on the right. In the middle I've got gold, and gold's an important major market. And then on the left I've got oil. This top row are all 10-minute charts. So that's an intraday to a few day trend. So it's helpful to look at that short-term trend. The bottom here are what's called range charts, and they're a very short range intraday thing. So we're looking at those to see if any trend changes are occurring during our session. So we're watching futures for insights into what's going to happen in the market, but I'm not trading futures, I'm not day trading. So you will see this in the room. At the start of this session, I'll do what I call a market environment scan, and that's where I'll go through and look at what happened overnight with the markets, look at futures. I'll look at what's happening with global markets in Asia and Europe, China, and see, up or down what's going on. I'll look at any key economic indicators that are coming out and any breaking news. We're really just trying to look around and see what's going on in the world that could affect the market. So we call that an environment scan. And so we typically start off with that. Talk real quick about indicators and analysis that I use in the trading room and in my trading. So here is a typical daily chart. This is the IWM, the Russell ETF. And so I've got a variety of indicators on my screen that you can see here, and I get quite a few questions about them. So the core of my analysis is a very simple version of Elliott wave. And you can see, on the Russell here, we had this big move down. We had a retracement. Now it looks like it's heading down. I've got an Elliott wave Fibonacci extension target down here between these green lines. And we've actually got a trade open on IWM, on the Russell. And so if I got a trade going, you'll see this red line is my current stop, the point that I'll exit the trade. This light blue line is the price that I entered the trade at, and this dashed green line is my price target. So that's how I mark the charts up. You'll see this shaded region here is the Ichimoku cloud. I use this in my trading. I got a proprietary and unique way of setting that up, and you're welcome to ask questions about that in the room. These pyramids are pyramid trading points. They're an indicator from traderscoach.com. And price moves, and when price goes up, it goes up in higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And you can see these pyramids call out unique higher high, higher low sequences. And then when we're going down, lower low, lower high, new low. So green pyramids are bullish, red pyramids are bearish, and they can indicate a point to enter and a point for a stop. So I use, any of the indicators I'm using are all, I use them in conjunction with each other. There's no one indicator that makes me get in or out of a trade. I use them to give me as clear a picture as possible about what's going on the chart. Okay, so I use Elliott wave, I use Ichimoku cloud, I use these pyramids. I've got this momentum indicator, what's the amplitude of that movement. And this is called the precision trend filter down here. And it's, again, if it's red, it's calling for more lows. If it's green, it's calling for more highs. If it's yellow, it is neutral. So again, no one indicator gives me, get in or get out. I use all of them together to build confidence in a trade. And then the final thing I'll talk about here is something called Vantage Point. This is artificial intelligence software. Introduced this in my trading about a year ago. Vantage Point uses artificial intelligence. It uses what's called intermarket correlation. So I'm looking at MGM Resorts here, and what it's done, the software has crawled all possible symbols and identified the 30 other instruments, whether they be stocks, ETFs, futures, etc., that have a high degree of correlation with, in this case, MGM Resorts. So it's identified the 31 other instruments that have a high correlation. And it takes a computer to go crawl and figure that all out. And then each day, based on what the other instruments that are correlated are doing, it's going to predict what's going to happen with MGM Resorts. And so there's a couple of indicators on here. There's a black line, which is a standard, it's a medium term, I believe it's 8-day exponential moving average. And then this blue line is the same thing, 8-day exponential moving average, but it's been biased by that intramarket correlation. And what we look for is areas where the predicted exponential moving average is going to cross the actual. And so when it crosses down, that's potentially a short opportunity. And of course, when it crosses up, that's a long opportunity. And when they're together, it's a little bit confusing. But you can see we had a cross down. It wasn't strong, but the blue crossed under the black, and then price was going down. And then we got this gray price bar. So Vantage Point at the end of the trading day compiles all the data, makes a prediction for the current session. So this gray price bar is predicting what the predicted high and low for MGM is going to be in the next trading session. And they publish that it's about 86% accurate. And in our trading, we found that to be true. Now, I don't trade one day out, but it can help if I'm thinking about going short on MGM. It can help me confirm that, yeah, it looks like we got some downward momentum, a prediction. So it adds to the confidence of my trading. This red bar down here is what they call the neural index, and it's again predicting a low here, and it's saying, yeah, and that's also predicting lows. When it's green, it's predicting highs. And then we've got some other predicted moving average, a short term, medium term, long term. And what we like to see, like for a short trade, is that they're all pointing down and they're all below the 0 line. So it looks like there could be a decent trade setting up here to the short side on MGM Resorts. And of course, we'll talk more, we'll show this, but that's just a quick view of some of the indicators that I use and vantage point. So let's get back to our list here of what to expect. In the trading room, I've got trades open. I'm publishing them to my subscribers, and we review those trades, and I review them. Here's a display of my current open trades. At this point in time, I've got 3 open short trades, and so we walk through and we show the P&L for each current trade, and then go take a look at the chart and see if we need to make any changes to the trade. Need to move a stop, take profit, close the trade, something like that. So we're going to review the open trades toward the beginning of the session, and then we're going to begin scanning for new trade ideas. We're going to use a variety of tools, some tools from a few websites that we use, and these are for trade ideas, right, to go look. And then we'll use some tools in TradeStation, and I'll use some tools in Vantage Point, which actually is scanning for trade ideas. Regardless of the source of the trade idea, we're going to load it on a chart, take a look at it, and apply my tools and analytical techniques and see if it's a good trade setup. Quite often we'll see a trade that looks like it could be good if a few more things happen, and when we see that, we add it to a watch list and go, okay, these are symbols we want to keep an eye on, maybe make some notes about what we're looking for, set a trigger for a particular price to be hit. So it's more common to find something that's almost ready, and then we go ahead and put it on the watch list, wait for the final thing to happen, come back and look at it, and if it looks good, we'll go ahead and take the trade. Occasionally we'll find a really good trade, or in the trading room, something from the watch list gets triggered, we go look at it, and we'll go ahead and place the order. And I'll place orders in my own account right in front of you. And when we place a trade, I define what the stop level is going to be to exit the trade if it fails, our entry point, and then the target for the trade, what the reward to risk on it is. And I'll also call out my choice of an option contract. So traders, each person decides on their own, do they want to trade shares or do they want to trade options? I prefer options. I typically trade that way, but I give the parameters to trade either way. It's your choice, your money. Okay, so we scan for new trades, we put things on the watch list, and then during the whole live trading room, encourage questions and comments and discussion. It's very open, happy to answer any questions that come up as long as it's on topic for trading and the markets in general. So that's really what to expect. We're trading stocks and options on daily charts, and we're there for an hour. We scan the market, we analyze trades, we look for new trades, we manage the trades, and answer any questions, and generally have a pretty good time. So I look forward to seeing you there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to shoot me an email, and I look forward to seeing you in the room and our next trading session. All right, thanks.